Welcome back. One of the players playing in a Hoopfest Elite Division this past weekend was none other than Eastern Washington's all-time leading scorer in Bogdan Bliznyuk. He's still playing basketball professionally, and what happened to him overseas this year, well, it's quite a story.
It was a pretty crazy day. Obviously something I will never forget.
Bogdan Bliznyuk was born and raised in Ukraine until he was 7 and then moved to the Seattle area. So it makes sense when he woke up on February 24th that his whole world had changed in an instant.
I wake up at like 4 o'clock, middle of the night, just my phone's blowing up. And I kind of already knew what was going on. I was like, okay, it's actually happening.
Bogdan was actually back in his native land this year, playing basketball professionally. Even crazier, he was with the Ukraine national team in Spain right as the invasion began, preparing to play a FIBA qualifying game. Bogdan originally thought there was no way that contest would happen. However, the squads decided to tip it off regardless.
The Spanish fans, the crowd were amazing, showed a lot of support, and it was good for us to just, the team to be out there and be together and just be, one unit and show unity.
Still, though, it was understandably a difficult situation for Bliznyuk to process. He had played for his Kiev-based team just a few days before.
Your homeland, the soil that you was just on 4 days ago is getting invaded with, weapons, guns, and tanks, and it's a crazy kind of feeling.
Bogdan was able to return to the States a few days later. He says he could have continued playing professionally in a different country, but decided that remaining at home was best.
It's definitely been tough and pretty draining because you kind of get consumed with it. It's hard not to every day read, hear, call people.
Bogdan is now trying to put that pain into action.
Definitely want to be more vocal, and do my part that I can to bring awareness and let people know. It's like I said, it's family there, it's people close to you there, it's friends there, it's your homeland. Like you can't not care. You're gonna care.
Bogdan originally immigrated from Ukraine to the Seattle area when he was about 7 years old, so thankfully it was easy for him to come back over here with all that chaos going on, but just an absolutely crazy story.
And what a treat for us to be able to watch him play and for him to be able to have a hoop fest like we know and love.
Yeah, he was dominant out there, and actually his team finished second in the elite bracket that they were in, so kudos to them.
Wow, that's cool. Yep. Thank you very much, Brenna.